Welcome back everyone, TheAdmiral here with another off-grid adventure episode. Oh yes. Now I hope that you're doing all fine out there. If not, then yeah, this episode might make a little difference on the side of cheering you up. First of all, we have wonderful summer weather here. It's still pretty early in the morning, so it's still a bit chilly, but this will change during the day. Gonna be a proper summer day with sun across the board and blue sky, which is brilliant. But more importantly, the old man today will, for the first time ever, venture out into the romantic realms of gardening. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Now, that shouldn't be too derpy, but keep in mind the old man is doing it for the first time, and I just realized in preparation of this little clip here, I made some preliminary tests of the soil in order not to embarrass myself. However, I realized that reality doesn't match up to the theory, because in the last 4 days I was dealing with a little bit of the theory of gardening, and I'm talking not about gardening on the side of making a vegetable garden or a fruit garden, planting cherry trees, which is kind of the grand plan at the end, which might not grow in the forest though. But that I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the pre-start gardening thing, in the sense of bringing first the soil back to good quality. Now let me turn the camera around to straight away present you the problem. And now the cats are scuffling off. Oh, I wanted to say hello to the cats. Hello cats. Good morning. No? Okay, they are going about their business. And Willow, as you can see, is now inside the premise as well. So I will show this in a moment. First, maybe the fun part. The not matching reality theory, whatever part. So let me go up here. Apart from the blue sky, we see tons of pine trees. Oh yes, pine trees. Now go with me here for a moment. Everyone is saying that if there are pine trees and you have like these huge piles of needles, these guys here, can I get this on camera? Yeah, this stuff here, which was not cleaned up for at least 10 years. So they just accumulated, and at some places it's really like 4 to 6 inch thick layer of needles. Now once they decayed, they will make the soil underneath acidic, pretty much acidic actually. It's really a bad situation in a pine forest. And this is also confirmed by these patches here. You can see this. I'm not sure if this will really show on camera later on, but you have the normal soil, the brown one, but there are these patches of gray soil, which is very sandy. Let me put down, maybe without a shadow of my head. Yeah, this is pretty sandy soil, and I'm not sure if, this will not show on camera possibly. It's basically gray sand, which also suggests that it is acidic. Now, this is the theory. That should be the case, and everyone is saying it, and each book is saying it, and each website is saying it. Now, I bought a little soil tester, which tests the moisture and the light level and also the pH. Now if we go down here, so it's a classical garden soil tester, nothing really fancy. Now if we go in, I'm not sure, I have to type here to bring the zoom back. So it's currently on pH. We test the pH. Actually we can start with the moisture, which should be pretty low. Or I just put some water around here, because that might make sense then, because the reading is completely off the charts. So it's pretty moist now in the medium thing here. Then the light is possibly not so important. It should be at the highest level because there's direct sun exposure. Now if we switch to pH as like this, it is okay. It actually dropped down. Now it is between 6 and 7. It's here. It's the lower line, and here's 6 and here's 7. Okay, that makes now much more sense. Okay. Because before it was like hard at 8. between 7 and 8, which really doesn't make sense. In no book, in no reality that would make sense. Not even in Minecraft that would make sense. Yeah, that would suggest that the whole soil is very alkaline, and we have actually to bring it back down with some sulfur, which really doesn't make sense at all. And Lucy, huh? Yeah, you're confused as well, as the old man is. So yeah, so I actually thought then maybe this is because the soil is too dry, so the pH meter is completely off and not correct. And because if you just stick it here, and this patch was full of needles before I cleaned up, and I will show this in a moment. But yeah, if you just stick it in here, let's do this. Oh, come on, go in. Yeah, like so. Then yeah, it's still on pH, and you see between 7 and 8. Can I get the zoom maybe right? And yeah, here we go. 7, between 7 and 8. This is the lower line here, above 7. So it's extremely alkaline. Given that just a week ago there was a layer of needles, and actually also you see this here. These are a different type of needle trees, and you see this is all decayed while still being on the branch actually. And this was because it was exposed to the layer of needles on the ground, like these guys here. So that is really the effect of acid in a way. Yeah, this reading doesn't make sense. So I'm going out on a limb here and say, let's forget about the device. It's possibly wrong, unless you have an idea why this could be the case. But everyone is saying underneath pine trees and with all the stack of needles for years, which decayed over years, it should be extremely acidic soil. So in turn I bought then grass seeds, because that is the plan, to bring some balance back, planting everywhere grass. So I bought grass seeds for acidic soil, and that might not work now. Brilliant. But if it's 7 or a little bit, yeah, between 6 and 7, that would be absolutely perfect in a way. So let me quick show you the grass seeds I bought. Yeah, I bought 2 types. The second is still en route to the old man. Yeah, this one is a combination of different ones, and the one which should grow in, or which tolerates extremely acidic soil, is the fescue, the tall fescue. You have also Highland brown, top bend. That is not so bad. Highland, oh yeah. And yeah, but the fescue, I'm not sure if this is pronounced correctly, but that should do for acidic soil. And this is the same. And there will be another type of grass seeds, which is tall fescue 100%. So yeah, that might not work now. If it's really alkaline soil, then Houston, we have a problem. A big one. Waste of money, because it's not cheap grass seeds. So we'll see. Also, I don't think we can plant today, because it is sunny, and the prediction says, the weather forecast says, it will be sunny for about a week, like extremely sunny, without even thunderstorm probability. So yeah, that's possibly not a good idea, because the grass needs some water to germinate. Anyway, let me quick present you what I started with like a few days ago before going back to work. Let me bring the zoom back. Here we go. Nice. So yeah, I will try to put little before image into one of the corners in this video, but I don't know if I have the correct photos here, and I forgot to make before photos. But you possibly remember this was all full with these little, yeah, maybe we can zoom around, just zoom around like so. Yeah, with all these little bushes here, and then especially these yeah, little saplings. I mean, they're not little anymore, but the saplings of the pine trees. and this was full. It was even more than here in the corner over there. There was a lot, and so I started to clean up, removed all the pine saplings because none of them will make it, and the only thing I left inside the ground were like these saplings of like other trees. I'm not sure what type of tree this is, but this must be an acorn tree. Yeah, I'm not sure. I need to learn about this. I'm sorry if I'm completely useless. We had this in school, in primary school, but this was like 40 years ago. I'm sorry for that. But yeah, this will be a nice tree, and it's looking pretty healthy. Then yeah, of course, birch trees. Here's a bigger one, but there are birch saplings. Like here's one. This one I can actually discern. This one I know about. And yeah, these guys I left inside, but all the moss was removed, and of course the layer of all these needles. And Black Mountain is fertilizing right now. That is very nice of you. Maybe the cats fertilized already the whole situation here. That would make sense. Why the pH value is completely off reasonable. But yeah, so I left. So I removed the moss, removed all the needles, all the rubbish, and the bare soil is now clear or visible, including the gray patches here, which should be very acidic. And oh, what is the little one doing? Observing Black Mountain fertilizing the soil. Oh, no, maybe she learned something about this. Yeah, so that should be a good baseline for planting grass as the first order of business, and from there on out everything flows. I think the grass is very important to bring a little bit balance back. We don't want to have moss here and yeah, weed and rubbish. A nice grass layer will look very nice. And so yeah, I removed basically all the rubbish here. Then in front of the so far still entrance, that might change hopefully soon, but this is the big news, the big secret. News not yet, but the big secret. So we'll see if this one works out. I don't tell you yet what is in the planning, but yeah, all of this is removed. Then here's a nice bush. I'm not sure what this one is. That looks a very nice one. We've left this inside here as well. Then here's the acorn niche. I'm not sure. And all the way around here and in front of the little cabin, which soon will go as well. And for the first time, actually, Willow is standing on the premise inside our compound. How cool is that? And she is really happy with that. So yeah, this is all removed. This was quite some work. It will get easier later on because yeah, this was really occupied by a lot of weed and all these saplings of the pine trees and a thick layer of needles. So I will then continue just over there, and the plan is to make a test of grass. And yeah, we don't really have water yet out here, so it's not even an option, at least not in the next few days. So we'll see, maybe next weekend I will start to plant, or we will start to plant some grass, maybe starting in the corner here, and hopefully it grows. And once it grows, then we know that all is okay. And the plan is, yeah, to make grass everywhere. So I will just continue removing all the rubbish and collect it in big piles, in compost piles, like over there. It's really huge. I was moving like at least 2 cubic meters of moss and needles. Look at this. Here's the little schmoozy in front of it. So it's really high. It's as high as the old man. Okay, so with that being the first of hopefully many more successful gardening episodes, more reasonable and logic gardening episodes, which make more sense in the context, you know, I leave you. And yeah, I wish you a wonderful day out there. Hopefully some sun will enlighten your day as well. And yeah, thank you very much. I hope to see you back next episode, where we hopefully venture further into the gardening realms in a coordinated fashion, not in a derpy fashion. And yeah, we're gonna make it. I'm smiling, I'm optimistic. with your help, we can make it. Anyway, again, thank you very much for watching. And with that being said, over that, good hunting, and yes, hopefully see you next time.